On one of summer's foggy mornings, the Pembina Gorge waits to reveal more of its ancient prehistoric secrets. Not far from the border with Canada, where the forest meets the grasslands, the gorge is hosting those in search of its past.
So it's just a matter of finding where you want to dig now. You're just going to keep working your way down through the table, checking these pieces, kicking them behind you.
Paleontologists with the North Dakota Geological Survey.
So dig to it and then right below it.
Spend a few moments with tourists who have come here from across the country to find fossils.
It's kind of fun. It's like when you're a little kid and you're digging a hole to china in your backyard, but for adults.
Oh yeah, I had plenty of sand pits in the backyard.
Not dinosaurs, but the mysterious sea creatures that swam the inland sea that covered this area millions of years ago.
So think of us sitting in the shallow part of the Gulf of Mexico, basically. So it's really warm, it's really shallow, only a few tens of feet to maybe a couple 100 feet deep at the most.
Lots of life, lots of fish, lots of nautiloids, lots of reptiles, all kinds of creatures that were wandering around at the time.
Using shovels, trawls, and brushes, these amateur fossil hunters look for pieces of our history.
Over on this eastern part of the state, most of what we have is glacial. But luckily up here in the Pembina Gorge, the river has cut down through all that glacial and exposed these older rocks so that we can actually get down to them.
And think of the natural history these fossil hunters are working around. Layer after layer, ash and sediment. And the further down you go, the further back in time you go.
We are literally rescuing these things the moment before they're destroyed. In terms of how long these bones have been here, it's the last split second before they're destroyed. So that's what we're doing, is coming in and swooping in and rescuing everything that we can.
It's just sifting your hands through this mud. It's old mud. Feels good.
Diego Hernandez Black from California found a perfectly preserved fish vertebrae.
Well, I thought it was a funny rock, but it's a bone.
The neural canal would run through there, so the spinal cord right through there. Nice. It's a good mid-sized fish.
Now I'm somebody who can say he found an 80-million-year-old fish bone in the ground. That's pretty cool.
Layer after layer, the fossil hunters peeled back our past, looking for this.
This is an articulation surface. This is probably the upper arm bone from one of these mosasaurs, but instead of having full arms like we do, they have a really squat flipper.
The prize find, the mosasaur, the alpha predator, a fearsome reptile that ruled the seaway.
They're like a kimono dragon, but with flippers instead of feet. They also have a hinged jaw like a snake, which when you have that hinged jaw, you never have to fully let go of your prey animal. You're just slowly conveyor belting him into your mouth.
Yes, it is the T-Rex of the sea.
Some wow moments, like this mosasaur jawbone.
Found right up that hill.
80 million years old.
So we have this propped up on what we call a cradle, just because these things are so fragile that if we leave them out and just set them on a tabletop, they will actually crush themselves under their own weight.
So many who came on this dig shocked at the sheer beauty here and the fact that they could actually play paleontologists.
It seemed perfect.
Ahmed Keshji and son Zarek are from California.
I thought it'd be fun, but this is extremely fun.
It's new, it's interesting.
Greg and Cheryl Ogard of Frazee, now retired, came on their first dig together.
You can see something and touch something that's 80 million years old. And I just kind of have a fascination for all things historical, and the older the better, I guess.
So what else lurked out there so many millions of years ago? These secrets of the sea that North Dakota fossil hunters hope to uncover and preserve. With photographer Devin Krinke at the Pembina Gorge, Kevin Wallman, WDAY 6 News.